The game keeps going down, Incursions bugs are causing people headaches, and Jack and Kabam Frenchie discuss the future Cavalier difficulty and much more saucy stuff in this amazing interview. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news for Friday. Hope you're all well. Obviously it is a bank Friday here in the UK and obviously worldwide, and for people that celebrate Good Friday, and obviously it's not the most ideal situation, but look, us being stuck inside is a good thing for everything else going on in the world. Wash your hands, stay inside, and we'll ride this out, we really will. But I'm not going to make this entire news all kind of serious and stuff. There will be some light-hearted jokes here or there. Ha 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 ha, funny, 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 funny. And what is not a joke is the amazing support from my current YouTube members, Twitch subscribers, and patrons. And also, if you want to give a free Twitch sub and have an Amazon Prime account, you can do. But as always, following the on-screen instructions, go into the link in the description down below, and it just shows how to give a free Twitch sub. It's completely free. And as well, you can help out the channel for free just by hitting the like button, subscribing with post notifications on all, and just making sure that, well, when videos come out on the channel, just go and give them a like, or just watch them if you find them interesting. That'd be great, thanks. And without further ado, let's get into the news. Pew, 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 pew. The news kicks off on the subject of game outages, which really isn't exactly the most ideal situation. Obviously, you can see I'm wearing Hector's t-shirt here. Obviously, yesterday he did a 14-hour stream, and in amongst that, he must have had game outages. So it does affect players in different ways. We've got people like saying like, well, it's affected their Alliance quest. I've even, I think, seen someone say that it affected their calendar and obviously getting stuff back. So this is something that does need to be really addressed. It's really weird to have a long string of time where the game has been very stable and then go to a point where it's been very inconsistent when it comes to these game outages. There's also a lot of stories I'm hearing about people with specific types of devices not being able to log in. Obviously, it is important to raise a ticket with this stuff and as well go into the forums and obviously do a mention as someone has done here. But yeah, very unsettling times for the game. And as well, I know a lot of people have commented on like the lagging issue. But in any case, what are your thoughts about game stability at the moment? Now on to Incursions. Now there's been a lot of stuff about Incursions. Good, bad, and the ugly. So the good side of things is it has been well received, but there are kind of like people that, you know, seem to disagree with that. The time grind factor is still an issue that I think a lot of players are still passionate about. It is meant to be more of a co-op based thing, so therefore the time aspect and time grind is applicable to you engaging with another summoner, regardless if obviously the matchmaking hasn't sorted you out with a good ally. And as well, like, does it benefit endgame players? Does it not? There's so many different things. I think this game mode is fun, and I think that's the thing. When Dungeons was not fun, this one is fun. But there's a lot more to go on whether or not people feel restricted, not restricted. But look, there's been a lot of issues. We're going to have to go over a lot when it comes to Incursions. One such issue can be shown right here. I think this is the invite issue. So there you go, comes up with an error code and you're not able to get in. Has been a real bad thing for certain players. I mean, I didn't find this, but I know that there are ones that have been affected, so it could be device specific. It's hard to really say. And you know, it doesn't really stop there, because there was this issue here when it comes to the objectives and the daily objectives, which as you can see here is showing that yeah, it did it, but it didn't count towards it. This is something which Kabam are investigating, but it is annoying to kind of like see all these bugs. And as well, like a few people are kind of putting some complaints on the forum, legitimate ones. Obviously, there's a legitimate problem, so you know there needs to be a complaint about this, and something Kabam do need to deal with. Kabam's even saying, "Hey everyone, we passed these reports to the game team, and obviously they'll look at it." April 9th, so that was yesterday, so we'll see where we're up to with this, but at the moment I don't think this is going to be dealt with anytime soon, and maybe early next week. Now quickly touching on something which has been mentioned here, Incursions are really good, but only thing that I see, I don't know if this is the whole community or not, is that top bonuses are locked. So I am Cavalier and I have to play sector 6 or 7 for top bonus, which for my roster is a bit much. So if we could choose any 2 sectors for top rewards, that would be great. So that instead of sector 6, I would choose sector 5. I know it will get less rewards, but I'll have a shot at zone 10. But now I can't get over zone 5 or 6 in sector 7. This is a very good point. For those that have just like accumulated 5 stars very quickly, they may kind of go, right, well, I've got some, well, not brilliant 5 stars. So therefore doing something like Incursions may be of no value, but still you qualify for what you qualify. At the end of the day, it's a bit annoying. I think that Incursions, because they're very new, will be looked into. They'll probably be reworked in the future to understand and kind of take into consideration a lot of stuff in this forum post. By the way, check it out, link in the description, and just kind of gather an idea whether or not it's worth kind of like changing the thresholds for what you can get at, and as well what is deemed to be fair based on how far you're able to go. And Incursions are pretty fair at times, except when you have like a really difficult node on a boss and it's just a case of like you've blasted through all your items, or maybe your hacks don't benefit, and as well you've gone through champion choice, or you haven't planned adequately and ahead. Then yes, there are a few things that will just make you very unstuck, but at the same time it is interesting. It's a fun game mode, and if you're looking for a time to get a lot of gold, similar to like an arena grind, then this could be a different option rather than having to do arena constantly. Now, in other news, and very importantly, we've got this fantastic video that's been done by Jacques Ledinteur on the left and Kabam Frenchy on the right. This is in French, and obviously go and give some love to Jacques Ledinteur's channel by hitting up the subscribe button. And thanks for sending this through. And also massive thanks for staying up all night to type up the English translation of some of the things, the answers from Kabam Frenchy, which it goes a lot further than the podcast did when we asked some pre-approved questions. So let's see what it's all about. On the subject of Jules, he says they have something in mind, no information for us because the design of it is still confidential with a low priority, so the development haven't been launched yet. On the subject of help requesting, they're brainstorming on systems to make it easier and quicker when we finish a streak. The level of priority for this kind of feature is low because of this pandemic time. And obviously going further to say that by September the 2nd, there is going to be something that will be put in place that's going to benefit alliances. Oh, that sounds interesting. This is quite interesting, goes into depth about the extent of masteries, maybe masteries switching and other stuff like that. So saying the priority is medium to high, there are still some designs to work on. Don't know, and as well there will be the cost, so it won't be free, same as today, only the difference, unique price. Also they don't know about the design. If they double each page, offensive, defensive and proficiency, we could change one page and not the whole setup, or if they double the whole setup, we'll have to change everything. So I can imagine they want to do it, but it's a bit too complex. I would love this. I would absolutely love this. And saying a thing ensures the swipe between a page setup and another will be cheaper. Oh right, so there will be a cost if you switch it. Oh right, okay. Diversification of the masteries, hard subject because only 1 point could change everything the game and force them to create harder content. Oh, don't do that. Alliance Wars will be harder. Sevi added, John would like to change and improve the system. I think the biggest question is all about the Cavalier difficulty. Obviously, it's referred to as the new Event Quest difficulty, not Cavalier, but let's face it, it's going to be called Cavalier difficulty. And this is going to be the thing, like, where they kind of draw the line on what they do in it, like whether or not there's rank 2 6 stars, rank 3 6 stars, how difficult they make it, and as well, like, well, how do they put like the life of champions in? That's the next thing. You know, those are the big issues. As you know, you don't want players frustrated when they're doing this. I know that a lot of demand it and would love to see it, but it's a case of like, is it going to be frustrating? Is it going to be fun? What are these going to be that we're going to see by the end of the year? There's also a potential that they might work on arenas. Apparently, and as it says here, the guy who worked on the Incursions wants to work on the arenas. So that's really cool to find out that that's on the radar. I know that was something they said back along, but it's a case of like, right, Incursions are done, let's move on to the next thing. Also, with other crystals in mind, like the greater solo crystal, and as well things like the questing crystal or quest crystal, that is something that is on Kabam's radar, but it looks like it's very low priority. As well, to change out those very outdated things, especially like XP boosts at a certain point, they become unusable really for players, and are good for like selling. You know, if you sell 10, you get 10,000 gold, so that's something, but it's not huge. So maybe that could be switched out for something else in the future. This is something interesting to read out, and it says everything is really random when when we pull a crystal, each champ has the same drop rate for the 5-star and 6-star featured crystals. There is a live designer to create them, and its content is reviewed by the whole team, including Stevie. This content is database regarding if we use or not some champions or others, and if we win fights with them. That sounds really weird and that raises more questions there. With the new difficulty coming, we get more 6-star shards, more tier 2 alphas, more tier 5 basics, and in 2021 we'll be able to get the same amount as tier 5 catalysts as we have as tier 5 basics now. There'll be a buff up for Alliance Wars rewards. He's working on it now. He has no schedule for this, but he can say that tier 5 class catalyst or tier 5 catalyst will be lower in the rank rewards. Ooh. And the final thing, there's loads of information about when we're gonna get more rewards of certain things later down the line. But as well, it's been said that we will see in 2021 the first rank 4 6-star. Yes, that will be when we'll see it. The first rank 4 6-star will be in 2021, people. Mark the dates in your calendar. It's a whole year. And the final thing, and obviously a massive thank you to Jack for doing this and staying up late, obviously doing all the translating and stuff. Yeah, this is really good news, and that Lil Steve, the summoned Symbioid, will be making a return at some point in the future. So that's really good news. I would have loved to have seen a sequel, and as well seeing this amazing fun little champ, Lil Steve, making a return. I know a lot of people that followed the thread where they kind of had little adventures for Lil Steve. That was really fun, and yeah, it's good to see that we'll be getting him back at some point in the future, but we don't know when. And quickly on to arena predictions, and massive thank you to Jack again, who gives us an arena prediction. I think this is the Sunday one. I think we'll go with this as a mean average for this here, so if you want to shoot for this, do that. It's a bit difficult as well, as I've asked in the past, if you could put into the Discord. In the Sunday Arena Results tab, it means that what I can do is I can then sort out the videos and just go, right, well, there's this prediction here, this prediction, and then we can just slot it into the news. But I appreciate everybody that has been doing this. Since I asked, people have been putting stuff in here, so thank you very much for that. As I said, go and check out Dak's channel, link is in the description down below. Check out some other content up here, check out some supporting links and other stuff down there. I'll be posting a lot of videos that I've been making over the last couple of days, just to take a little bit of time off over this bank holiday, because my throat is actually going, and I need to try and save it as much as possible and just rest it. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one, bye bye for now.